Hey, yo, what's up? Y'all know what it is. Your boy, Mr. Gotcha, in the building, Rex Soprano, D.O.A.D.H. And I'd like to welcome you back to the Final Fight Opus. Now, after taking a look at 5 million Final Fight 1 games, I'm finally getting to take a look at Final Fight 2 for the SNES. What I'm going to need you guys to do, just read the story while I talk, and I'll try to explain everything that you're currently taking a look at. Now, in essence, Final Fight 2 is not a sequel to the arcade game, but it's a sequel to the Super Nintendo game because later in the game you find Rolento, and if you've ever played the arcade game, he kills himself. Now, that's been reconned, and this actually takes place, which will probably explain why he's in Street Fighter Alpha 2 and Street Fighter Alpha 3 and blah, 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 blah. Now, the other thing that you need to understand is the reason why Guy's not around is because Street Fighter Alpha 2 is currently taking place in the Street Fighter story, so that's why he's not there. The game also states that Cody is taking a trip with Jessica. That's not true. Cody at this point has been thrown into, as Tom Dubois was said, and butt-pounding rape jail. He doesn't break out till after this game takes place, so it is what it is. Final Fight Revenge, even though it's non-canon, kind of explains what and why it happened, but again, because it's non-canon, you gotta take it for what it is. Now, a couple other little tidbits you may want to know about is just like Final Fight 1 on Super Nintendo was, Final Fight 2 is also kind of edited in a way, is that there are two characters named Mary and Eliza who are in the Japanese version. But they're not in this version, and they're replaced by two characters named Leon and Robert. And you can kind of tell that either these dudes are trannies too, or they real effeminate, but either way, it just looks and seems so wrong. And the other thing is that the first boss, Wan in the Japanese version, has a meat cleaver. And in any other version, he doesn't. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, option mode and game start mode. So we'll just take a look at the option mode. Now, before I start the review, I did beat the game on expert. I am that good at this game, so you'll see when DroughtCon comes how good I am at Final Fight. So we'll leave that where it is. Now, there are 4 difficulty settings: easy, normal, hard, and expert. Now, normally this wouldn't really matter, but in this game it does. And the reason it does is that each piece of the ending is revealed when you beat on normal or higher. Easy, they show you a message that you need to beat on a higher difficulty. Beating on expert shows the end of the best. It shows not the best ending, but it gives you all of the ending. So you take that for what it is. And of course, you can set your buttons, the attack, jump, and the extra joy button. I really don't think in the past 3 games I haven't explained what the extra joy button is, so let me take a chance to explain it now. Now, the extra joy button in Final Fight for the home consoles, and even in the arcade, because there are some arcades that support 3-button Final Fight 1, is that there's a button for just your special move, and that's what the extra joy is. Me personally, when I play it on Super Nintendo, I currently keep it to the R trigger. It's just easy for me to access the buttons that way. And you can listen to the different sounds, the music, and the sound effects, and turn the stereo on and off. And now we'll just try to get back to the title screen. And of course, like I said, million times better than Final Fight 1 because you can play 2 players. So let's get started. I love this character select music, by the way. Now, I'll just introduce our 3 characters. Now, you all know Macho Mike Hagar, the mayor of Metro City. Strong but strong. The character who takes God's place is Miss Maki Genryusai. Now, you may have known, this was Maki's first game, but she makes appearances in other parts of the Street Fighter universe as well. She's one of Sakura's rivals in the Sakura Ballroom manga. Also, she's in Capcom vs. SNK 2 as one of the new characters in that game, and also they took that version of Maki and put her over to the different versions of Upper that came out, like the home ports of Upper that are not on like the Dreamcast and things like that. Because that's the only version, the PS1 version and the Dreamcast versions of Upper are the only versions that do not feature the extra Capcom vs. SNK 2 characters. The best version to play, of course, is the PSP version, unless Capcom decides they want to release that on like Xbox Live Arcade or something. It wouldn't be a bad idea. Now, get back to Maki. Maki is your quick you're quick and agile, but you know, just like Guy herself, she can't take a hit, but she's quicker with her punch. Now, before I get into that, I will get into our other character, Carlos Miyamoto. Now, Carlos is Cody's replacement in this game, the in-between character. Now, Carlos, as far as appearances outside of this game, he only makes one that I know of, and that's his Alex's ending for Capcom Fighting Evolution. He's in, I think, the third picture frame, I think, in that game, if I remember that correctly. But like I said, Carlos is your average character. So, you know, you take that for what it is. Now, it's time to get to my favorite part, the tiering. Now, here's something that I haven't seen covered a lot, but I'm going to go and bust it open. This game, too, has the infinite. Carlos and Maki both have them, but Hacker doesn't. So it kind of puts the tiers the same way they were in Final Fight 1. Carlos, Maki, and Hacker. Now, Maki, just like Guy, she can do her final destruction on 3 hits, Carlos on 2, but Carlos is a little more powerful and can take a little more damage than Maki, so that's why he's on top of her. But see, the thing about Hacker is the reason why it makes it so hard to tier is why they both have infinite. Hagger's power in this game is really, really important because it actually shows when he's spinning power around the ball, it hurts. It hurts bad on bosses. Anything he picks up, jumps and slams into the ground. So I guess we'll go ahead and I'll play with Miss Maki while I get into the rest of it. Like I say, personally, in my view, is that Final Fight 2, in my view, is that everything Final Fight 1 could have been. Now, I don't blame Capcom at all when the port of the game came out, but then around the same time, games like Super R-Type came out. Beautiful games, beautiful sounding and looking games that really didn't take away from the experience it just had, like Hella Slowdown. But I really think that if they wanted to, they could have ported that over. They got it on the GBA, for God's sake, 12 years, 10 years later. So you know it is what it is. Is that if I would, because see, the way I have to take a look and rate this and judge this game, is I have to judge it not on elements, but I have to judge it as a sequel to Final Fight. And just going based off not off the Sega CD version, not off the Game Boy Advance version, but off the Super Nintendo version, the game gets a 10 just for the fact that it's everything that Final Fight 1 should have been. Everything that Final Fight 1 on the Super Nintendo could have been, with all 3 characters, with not a lot being taken away, and things like that. Now, is there anything else that I need to add? I guess y'all can watch me for the next couple of minutes play this game, because like I said, game is the crack, man. It's one of my favorites. I personally prefer Final Fight 3 myself, because of all the things that it does, and we'll get into that when I take a look at Final Fight. It won't be immediately because I have to take a look at Mighty Final Fight first. So you know it is what it is. But I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna get out of here. Now if I got a little time later, I got a little bonus plan for my Final Fight 2 coverage. And if I can get into that, I will. If not, I'll say that for drought season. So it is what it is. Like I say, man, it's your boy Rex Soprano, a.k.a. Mr. Guy here in the building. G.O.D, man, and I holler at y'all, man.